My name is Joseph M. Arthur. My passion is snowboarding to the core of my soul. So I learned to snowboard about 10 years old, and a lot of it was just backcountry on my dad's property. I knew when I was 16 years old, when I started in Angel Fire, and I was making terrain parks and designing, that shapes and snow were my job, and I loved it and I wanted it. Beginning of the season, it's my job to try to get us open. So I'm making snow as much as we can, conditions permitting. I was able to get us open by Halloween this season. We've never done that before. That was awesome. My proudest moment was making snow at 37.3 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 5.3 degrees above freezing. And it's very difficult to make snow at that temperature. It needs to be cold. It wasn't cold that night, but it was dry. It was very dry. I had 8% humidity. And on the wet bulb chart, your humidity adjusts your wet bulb temperature by about 1 point something degrees every 10% of humidity. Increase or loss, and then that moves your wet bulb around. So yeah, making snow at 37.3 degrees at 8% humidity. I'm the one monitoring how much water is being used, what's happening with our headwaters, what is the snowpack on our headwaters, how do we deal with that and be conscious to know that we need to sustain this stream. Water is life. 3 years ago, we had almost no natural snow. We had 61 inches of natural snow that season, all season long. As far as securing the aquifer here, if you want snow to melt off the hill and return to the river from where I took it, I think the number moves around a little bit, but about 80%, 75 to 80% of the snow that I make on the hill returns to the river. And on a year where we get absolutely no natural, if it were up to me, I would make a lot more snow, a whole bunch, so that the aquifer can live and the fish can live too. And as long as you're monitoring what you do while you're making snow, I think it could be an incredible resource to the future. So like an exposed run like Badger's Trail, which I helped create, the snow falls and you get a better snow melt, an actual return rate of natural snow to the river. You get a better return rate than in all the dead, standing, jackstrawed areas that are just a skier's left of Badger's Burrow. All those areas with the jackstrawed trees, you don't get the return rate to the river on the natural snowpack. Natural has a huge variance in its moisture content. Natural snow comes down, it could be very light on its moisture content, whereas that doesn't provide very much product for us. When I go out and tamp the snow in the morning and I turn 10 inches into a 1/4 inch, not a very high moisture content. Man-made snow doesn't come down with the 6-point pixelation of an actual snowflake. And there's the difference there in the float of the flake. There's a completely different float and a different drop speed as well. And I had a dream that I was 63 years old and I was still making snow. And it was not for anyone to ski on or play on or anything. It was simply to grow crops. And I was growing wild mushrooms. I was here at Sipapu at 63 years old, and we blow snow still here just to sustain our agriculture. And I think that I believe there is communities in Tibet, I want to say, that have already implemented this. They are making snow to stockpile their water for their crops. Usually I dictate how and when, whatever reason I'm trying to make the snow drop and freeze and become a perfect quality. And I would describe that as top shelf snow. And that's what we make here, is really good quality product, because that's what we do. We sell an experience. We are a business, and we want you to enjoy yourself. And whether that's on man-made or natural, we're going to try to make that happen.